and gents, this is the moment you've waited for.
This is the greatest show!
And now, here's your host, Clint Arthur.
All right, everybody. Welcome to the greatest show of all time, right here on 77 WABC Radio in New York City. I am Clint Arthur, and it is my privilege to be the host of this show. And if you are an entrepreneur, an expert, author, speaker, coach, any kind of consultant or advisor, anybody who delivers services or collects fees, well, hey, this is the place you want to be, because I know you're already successful. You're in New York City. You're living the dream, and you don't need to become successful. You're already successful. My job and this show is all about helping you to be more, to do more, and to have more. And in order to help you with that, I brought in a bunch of my favorite experts for this special edition of The Greatest Show of All Time. And these are people that I've been working with closely and helping them to amplify their message and to make a bigger difference, to have more impact, influence, and income in the world with what they do. And we are going to start it out right now, with a beautiful and talented Dr. Rebecca Hunton. Welcome to The Greatest Show of All Time.
Thank you, Clint, and thank you for all you do. I'm going to shock you a little bit because I'm here today to talk about mental masturbation.
Oh.
It's something I've suffered with for a long time. And as you know, I'm a physician, and it almost took my career from me. Mental masturbation is the ruminating thoughts that you do. And when I was in medical school, I had both my kids. And I hit the third year, and I was really doubting whether or not this would be a good vocation for me, because for the next few years, I was not going to be around my kids very much. And I didn't need to work because I used to work right here on Wall Street. I have a degree in finance and accounting. I didn't need to finish medical school. So I started my third year, got very lucky with the surgical rotation. It was the most malignant one. They had the highest volume of patients. They were known to abuse the medical students, the interns, the residents, the fellows, and they hated women. So I was lucky one day and doing what my medical student grunt work of stitching up a leg. You know, after they take the vessel out for a bypass, that's how they used to do it. And unfortunately, there were 2 catastrophes in the cath lab that day. So I got to get called up to first assistant. And I got to hold the heart. The surgeon looked across the table for me. He said, "Don't breathe. Don't move. Don't even make urine." So I held that heart still. And I focused and I looked. I watched it come back to life as they took it off the bypass and when it started pumping on its own. And I got that clarity out of that stillness, that this was my vocation, where I was supposed to be. Now, as a practicing physician for many years, I see mental masturbation as a characteristic of a lot of my patients. I have a lot of them in the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, where the career becomes really important, or you end up sandwiched between grandchildren and parents. And they put things off. They know they'd be healthier if they had the organic garden out back, the chicken laying the eggs, the personal trainer and the health coach or the chef, but they don't have time. So they put it off. And they chastise themselves and they go in their head about I shoulda, woulda, coulda, I should, but they put it off. Now, recently, I had a patient who retired after selling his business for mid-8 figures, and he had put it off. He loved to surf, which is how he ended up in my backyard, because he was a snowbird, sunbird, whatever you want to call him. And he started surfing, and within several months, he had a heart attack out there in the surf. His wife and his 2 sons were not going to get to have that life that they put all their time and energy into, because he was dead. Did you know that making small changes like lowering your blood pressure 5 points in your 50s decreases the risk of heart attack by 50%? We don't have to be perfect. Yes, in these decades, the days are short. I mean, the days are long, but the years go by so fast. So fast. So I'm constantly encouraging my patients to take a few moments of holding their own heart, looking for their clarity, and making some small changes that make the big difference in their life and their health. And, you know, this message of clarity, this mental masturbation, includes where I am now in my career. I thought for a while I was meant to do more the one-on-one. I'm very blessed. I'm in a practice where I get to spend time with patients. But then I thought, well, maybe my vocation is to teach, to help other physicians do the same kind of medicine. But now I really feel like through these experiences and stories with my patients and helping them figure out where that clarity lays, and by being still myself and trying to hold my own heart, I realize I really want to help all the people out there on a bigger level make these small, medically meaningful changes.
Amen to that. And the work you do is so impactful, and really it's so simple. It can be so simple. And what's one simple tip you want to give people right now?
An easy one is to carry your water bottle and drink your water. You know, it really, just being well hydrated will lower the blood pressure that 5%. You know, it really is very easy. Very easy.
Hey, that's why you're listening to the greatest show of all time. Just that one simple tip is going to reduce your risk of heart attack by 50%. Hey, thank you so much, Dr. Hunton, for coming in to the greatest show of all time. How do people get a hold of you? How do they find out more?
My website is drhunton, drhunton.com. That's easy.
Everything is easy with Dr. Hunton. Thanks so much for coming in to WABC Radio in New York City.